I'm Gary Word, a visual artist. I grew up on a farm in Olympia, Washington with three brothers. Early on in my life was realized that I had a natural talent to create art. I started drawing, sketching. Eventually, I wanted to do more, so I went on canvas with color, oil paints. As I progressed as a visual artist into my teen years, went into three-dimensional work with hand building and clay, and later had a growing fascination about glass art. I started working in fused glass, and as I progressed, I later wanted to do something more. Early 2002, I began the thought of creating the first prototype series of string instruments of glass. I wanted to see if I could make a dimensional instrument of all glass, a string instrument that would actually play as a string instrument that it represents. This project would be called the Odyssey Project. I began this new challenge of experimentation of various dimensions of glass making, which became many different prototypes. It ramped up as I perfected and got closer. That helped refine the process to get to a finished string instrument that was actually playable, and that have been showcased in various museums.
Have you ever played a glass guitar before? First time. First time. Sounds good. Where the hell you? I'm Jesse Allman, and I have the opportunity to play this beautiful, beautiful glass cello by a Seattle artist named Gary Word.
The cello demonstrates the production of 43 glass sections, a skillful and precise detailing in a period of 6 months.
It's a beautiful creation. You don't have to be a professional guitarist to play this instrument. It's really that smooth and that easy to play. The intonation's all there. It tunes like normal. Out the harmonic, which is really surprising because it's not wood. And everything about it is just a masterpiece, really. So.
the first public exhibit at the
Liberty National Museum.
WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The fallout of 2020 was a major shift and a major change as an artist. The pandemic was upon us. The art world basically stopped, and I didn't continue with making glass art. I felt that change was necessary, a major change, and without a second thought, I went back painting on canvas again, where I started at a very early age. And the subject of interest was portraiture. And I started my first series in 2020 and progressed into 2021 with the second series. And then as 2022 came along, early in that year, I lost my twin brother to suicide. And I was under the responsibility with the task of preparing and selling the property estate that I grew up on, that was in the family for many, many, many years. And later in that year, October 1st, I had a traumatic health-related situation that I woke up one morning with some of the lost sight in my right eye. I was diagnosed by an ophthalmologist. The condition that occurred, it was stroke-related. It was called vascular neuropathy. After consulting with a second opinion with another ophthalmologist, it was confirmed that I was going to be living with this condition for the rest of my life. I was faced with new challenges, big changes in my life. I even questioned if I was going to be able to create art from now and into the rest of my life. So it was a very traumatic time of making adjustments in the coming months in my life as an artist and just my health in general. So it affected the vision in my right eye, which I don't have full vision in that eye and I never will have again. But this is kind of the idea, this is what I see with my right eye as this kind of pixelation pattern. It was kind of hard for me to make that adjustment, to know that this is something I have to live with, but I decided to kind of put this into my paintings, a different kind of look also. It's not just a portrait, but it gives it more, to me, it gives it more dimension, it gives it more feel, and it kind of makes it look more modern. I took it upon myself immediately. I went on a new diet. It was suggested to seek out supplements for eye support, and I started that within 24 hours of the diagnosis from the second ophthalmologist. I continued a pretty strict regimen ever since. Because of the major change in my vision, I had to make many changes in my day-to-day life, and that was just necessary for me to move forward and continue down a unknown path. But I would only encourage my audience, anyone out there, that life is constant change. And when your health is greatly affected in any way because of a traumatic injury or just a traumatic health condition, we need to step up and just figure out our new path of living from day to day. I have reached many levels of success and always looking for new doors of opportunity, mentoring and encouraging others to step up and pursue their ambitions. In the summer of 2023, I decided to invite the community to visit my art studio, offering introduction to art classes, essential brushes, paints, and sketch pads and canvases. It's all about sharing and giving others the environment to express their potential. The power of art evokes emotion and their own imagination. It gives me and the artist the opportunity to exchange conversations, discuss our style of art and opportunities. Early in my life, I was compelled to seek inspiration through studies of some of the greatest artists that ever lived. Art records time and tells the story of mankind in paintings and sculptures. As I continue down my own path in my future, I want to continue having those conversations and sharing my art. Life is filled with many challenges. Change in life is inevitable. Keep the high energy that's necessary to navigate through any kind of change. You want to persevere, that's your goal. Keep your spirits high, be inspired, and stay strong. I would like to leave you with this. Pursue desire, spread the love, be at peace and happiness, and always keep your mind open to express in some form of art.